This is the Fox 5 RebZone Sports Show.
Well, history was made in Las Vegas last night. Bring out the fireworks for the Rebels' first home game at Allegiant Stadium. UNLV lighting up their $1.84 billion new home. And hey, there were real fans there too, and some cardboard fans. 2,000 in attendance last night, 3% capacity at Allegiant Stadium, all scattered out, socially distant from one another. Lots of dancing and smiling. You guys, it felt like a real football game last night, and Rebels fans were excited to be part of this special moment too.
Hopefully we can beat these Wolfpack, and hopefully we can keep this cannon red. Go Rebels!
Hey everyone, welcome into this week's RebZone. I'm your host, Paloma Villicana. It was the battle for the Fremont Cannon on Halloween night. The Rebels were looking to keep the cannon red here in Las Vegas as they battled it out against the Wolfpack on their new home turf. Let's take you out to Allegiant Stadium. Did I mention there were fireworks last night, right? But bring on the fire for the Rebels' first run out of the tunnel. UNLV going all out for their home opener. The Wolfpack's Carson Strong would start the game off with a 36-yard pass to Romeo Dubs for a UNR first down. We saw a lot from number 7 last night. Dubs ended up having a career night at Allegiant. 2nd and 14 at the 43-yard line. UNR's 6'6", 240-pound tight end Cole Turner with the 15-yard catch. And the Wolfpack's offense is rolling early. Strong pass complete to Melquan Stovall for a pickup of 3. But the Wolfpack would settle for a field goal for the first collegiate points inside Allegiant Stadium. Reno on the board first, 3-0. UNLV's senior quarterback Max Gillum would get the start for the Rebels in their home opener. Throws it over the middle to Noah Bean for a pickup of 12, and the Rebels would also kick a field goal to tie it up 3-3. Reno responds. Jamal Bell off to the races, returns it 50 yards to UNLV's 45-yard line. Later, Strong launches it deep, 53 yards to Dubs, and he's short at the 1-yard line. Strong hands it off to Devontae Lee, and he's in. First touchdown of the game for Reno. The Wolfpack take the lead 10-3. Second quarter, Gillum with time completes it to Charles Williams, and the Rebels would end the drive with a field goal. UNLV trails by 4, 10-6. Next drive, Strong airs it out to Dubs for a 65-yard touchdown. Dubs finished with a career night, 6 catches for 211 yards and 1 touchdown. Score is 17-6 Reno. The Rebels would respond with 2:20 left to go in the second. Gillum rolls to his left, and Tyleek Collins is there for UNLV's first touchdown inside Allegiant Stadium. The Rebels would go for the 2-point conversion, but no dice. UNLV trails 17-12, and Reno would respond and close the first half out with a touchdown pass to Justin Lockhart. The Wolfpack take a 24-12 lead at the half. Now number 35, Reno's running back Toa Taua would light it up in the second half. He takes it 33 yards down to the 1-yard line. Strong's like, all right, I'll give you the ball again, my man. Rebels stuff him. Wolfpack settles for a field goal and extends their lead 27-12. 2:06 to go in the third. First and goal, Rebels at the 5-yard line. And it's Steve Jenkins with the touchdown. UNLV trails 27-19. Fourth quarter, Strong, 3rd and 1 at the 4-yard line, hands it off to his guy Taua for their touchdown. Taua for the touchdown. Has a little ring, doesn't it? A little turn up in the end zone, and it's 34-19 Reno. The Wolfpack would later kick a 34-yarder, and those would be the final points on the board. The Fremont Cannon goes back up to Reno for the first time in 2 years as the Wolfpack win at Allegiant Stadium 37-19. UNLV falls to an 0-2 start to their season. Last night we saw a big improvement from week 1 to week 2 on both sides of the ball. Do you like the stride? Do you like the progress? Do you like the growth that you saw from your team last night?
I do. I think there's, we're heading into a team meeting here in about 20 minutes, and I think that's one of the things that we're going to make sure that we impart on our guys is that there is some marked improvement in many areas. And I think, the key for us in these infant stages is making sure that we highlight those things and we're detailed about them and we're scrupulous about the things that we've seen grow, because I think the growth over outcome phase that we talk about in our culture is something that we hold a heavy standard to. And then we need to make sure that guys see that. So I think fundamentally and physically and communication wise, you saw some marked improvement in that regard. With that said, our guys understand that, and I think it's showing in the way they've responded in many aspects, is that we're not into moral victories. And so we've got another opportunity to come back tonight and fix some things and some core communication things and corrections and get better.
Speaking of getting better, Max Gillum, he was 27 of 40 for 207 yards, 2 TDs last night. What have you seen from Gillum in these 2 starts, these 2 games, that makes you comfortable to put him out there?
Well, I think Max has gone in every week, and he's been deliberate with his improvement. He did a nice job building off the second half and some of the things he did in the first game. And I think he's had a good demeanor about the way he's approached his work throughout the course of the week. And I think he's a guy who we use an example who understands if he applies those things we're talking about each week, each rep, each period we've got in practice, not to mention the meetings and the extra time, I think you can find marked improvement. And so he did a nice job. There's more there to the naked eye, obviously, that we want to get done at the quarterback position holistically. But I think for where we're at, we're excited for some of the improvement and some opportunities to get better as we see film today.
The first game at Allegiant Stadium, fans who were at home and weren't able to attend the game, they want to know what your experience was like, your first game inside Allegiant Stadium with all the lights on.
Unbelievable. I mean, I'm so thankful for the people that during this time have really doubled over in regards to putting their best foot forward and getting that thing ready operation for us. I know we've been in constant contact with Allegiant, been in constant contact with their guy who does the field every day. He's been phenomenal to communicate. I think everyone has really done an amazing job of making that a venue that we can be proud of as a city community, and not only that as a team as we go in there and feel like that's a place we've got to make a solid foundation on and make home. I think our guys were really excited to be in there for a game day and see it live and see it in action and see some of the people that were allowed to get in there and were able to get in there. So it's an awesome, unbelievable home facility for us that we're honored to have and that we were going to make special for us in the future.
And coming up next on RebZone, we sit down with senior running back Chuck Williams for an emotional one-on-one as he shares with us how he's dedicating his senior season to his grandma who passed away in December. Keep it on the RebZone. We'll be right back.
You're watching the Fox 5 RebZone Sports Show. This is the Fox 5 RebZone Sports Show.
Welcome back to the RebZone. This week we sat down with senior running back Chuck Williams, who's had an incredible career at UNLV, entering his senior season as the defending regular season rushing champion of the Mountain West Conference. He grew up on the football field with great support from his grandma, who is like his second mom to him. This season will be his first time taking the field, knowing his grandma, his best friend, his biggest motivator, will not be watching him at home this year. His grandma passed away this past December, and he shares with us how not only he plans to dedicate his senior season to her, but every season that lies ahead, he will be playing in her honor. I want to know what your relationship was like with your grandma.
Ever since I was young, I would spend every day at my grandma's house because I used to go to school over by her house. So every morning my mom would drop me off. I would go to school, my grandma would take me, and then she'd pick me up. And then once I started going to school across town, she still went and picked me up and everything. Just every morning riding with her, she basically taught me all the old type of music I can learn. I know everything basically. When I hear it, I know exactly like what it is, who it is. So it was, everything. Like we traveled the world together, me, my mom, her. We went to like from Georgia to New Jersey, even Orlando for family reunions. She always took care of me. She was always there. And, I just wanted to be the first one, on her side of the family to like graduate from college and, just bring that degree home and, so she could say, somebody in her family, finally did it. And it was crazy. It was after the Reno game. My mom called and told me she had passed. It was crazy because she had called me on Thanksgiving and I talked to her and everything. It was just, I'm thinking grandma, she's doing fine, health is good. And then I get that call on December 3rd, late at night, talking about my grandma passed. And I legit went up to D. Wed's office upstairs and I cried. I'm not gonna lie to you, I cried. I cried my eyes out because she was always nice. She never was mean, cruel, or nothing like that. She honestly did everything in the world. She cooked the best food in the world. You can ask the old staff. They came over for the home visit and they said, "Can we get seconds and to-go plates?" She was just a great woman overall. And it's really hard on my sister because that was her best friend. They did everything together. They did everything together. They even went to church every Sunday together. And it hurts to see that my sister lost her best friend. It hurts. It hurts bad because it just hurts. My last time seeing her was at Fresno State, and I couldn't even put the best game forward for her to enjoy, but just her being able to see me, I know she enjoyed that. And I'm glad I just got to hug my grandma one last time. And I'm happy to see that, she's not in any pain, but I wish she was here still. To this day, I still do. I still do. I just want her to know that I'm all right. My sister's all right. My mom's all right. My dad's all right. Just the whole family. We miss her, but she won't be forgotten. She won't be forgotten. I can tell you that much.
Did she attend a lot of your football games? Did she never miss? Talk to me about her presence in your football career.
In high school, she tried to attend some of the games. She was in her 80s, so I wasn't really concerned about her being there every time. But when I got to college, I knew she wasn't gonna be able to see me play unless it was on TV. So if it was on TV, I made sure I tried my best to make sure my grandma was proud. And she, 91 years old, came all the way out to Bulldog Stadium, and she got to sit right behind us and everything. It was just great to see her. I felt bad because I was trying to lock in and I couldn't even talk to my grandma. And I was like, you know what? Forget this. I'm gonna go talk to my grandma. She don't get to see me play like this. Her being there was good. She was there 2 years ago, not at the game, but at the hotel. Came to see me when I was hurt. They let me come travel. And, she was telling me God didn't bring me this far to forsake me. My mom always tells me that, but I understand my mom got it from her mom. So, it was passed down. She keeping me motivated and stuff like that. Grandma always made sure, she was a nurse too. So she knew when I was hurt or what was really wrong. She really worked hard and everything just to take care of me and my sister and stuff. She would stay sometimes weekdays just to make sure we good. But she tried her best to always be there, no matter what the event was. She always tried to be there, and if she could, she'd bring you a plate. I tell you that much. She'd bring you a plate. If you was hungry, you was gonna eat it and you was gonna enjoy it. I tell you that much. Yeah.
What is the best food that she cooked?
Anything. She had that magic touch, especially the desserts. Ask anybody. The desserts will tear you up. Mark, the desserts tear you up. I'll tell you that much. I'm telling you that much.
Oh, I love that. And I know this is kind of a hard question, but is it going to be an interesting moment when you take the field here in Las Vegas on Saturday, just knowing that, she's not here with us watching?
Yeah, it's always tough, Sometimes, things remind me, like if a song comes on, I'll think about it. But as a man, you got to stay strong. So, her not being there is going to be tough. But at the end of the day, I got to go out there, and I know she's watching and she's smiling. So I'm going out there to play for her.
Is it incredible that you're a senior and you're about to play at Allegiant Stadium, and now for sure your family is going to be able to come?
Yeah, it's going to be great. My dad, he'll be able to enjoy something like he's never really got to experience something like this. So I really think he's going to love it. My mom, she's, been to the Cowboy Stadium, so she's got to see, something nice like this. And my sister, she's really going to enjoy, being in that stadium. It's going to be great for her.
This year has been obviously so many ups and downs. You're playing, you're not playing, COVID, quarantine, just like everything. But do you feel like maybe this year, losing your grandma and so much adversity this year, do you just feel like you have a thicker skin going into this season?
It wasn't like a thicker skin. It was more like lock in, be more focused, stop being not immature, but like stop like just, playing around so much, because time is ticking and everything is not guaranteed. So taking advantage of every opportunity, basically, and trying to go as far as I can with this. And I know the more I work, the more I put the effort, the more studying I do, the more extra, everything, just going all out. The more I go all out, the better results.
And do you just want to ball out this season, have a great season, and then, at the end of the season, maybe say like a really special prayer to your grandma saying like, this was all for you, like, hope you're proud?
It's not just this season, it's every season for her. Because for her, it's a matter of like all the stuff she's done for me. So all I can do is repay her with the hard work she did and the effort she gave. So it's not just for her, like a one season thing. This is like a continuous thing.
And again, we really appreciate the Chuck Wagon opening up to us about his relationship with his grandma and what an impact she's had on his very successful and young football career. Coming up next on the RebZone, UNLV is staying in Vegas this week. The Rebels will be hosting Fresno State on Saturday. Back-to-back home games at Allegiant Stadium. Count me in. We're talking Rebels and Bulldogs after the break.
You're watching the Fox 5 RebZone Sports Show. This is the Fox 5 RebZone Sports Show.
So if you couldn't get a ticket to last night's UNLV home opener, you have another chance for this Saturday's UNLV game. The Rebels are hosting Fresno State at Allegiant Stadium for a 12:30 kickoff. The Bulldogs are coming off a 38-17 win over Colorado State on Thursday night. Fresno State putting up 432 yards on offense, with 164 of those and 3 touchdowns coming from number 20 senior running back Ronnie Rivers. Bulldogs quarterback Jay Painter recorded his first career 200-yard passing game, throwing for 311 yards, completing 22 of his 32 attempts for 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. UNLV lost to Fresno State last season 56-27 and are looking to clinch their first dub of the year this Saturday against the Bulldogs, again in front of their home crowd. Last night you said you were proud of your guys. You said they were hurting in the locker room post-game. What mentality, what kind of mindset would you like to see from your players week 3 preparing for Fresno State?
Well, our mindset, that's something we're trying to teach we're trying to teach every day. But each week has to be the fact that you go into it with an understanding that you've got to do everything right in the course of a week to have it be a byproduct for Saturday, and you can't skip the process. There's no shortcuts to going any place worth going to, and so this week will be no different. This week's got a little bit of a bump in regards to we're on a different schedule. Tuesday's a voting day. We're gonna make sure our guys are off to vote, and to make sure they've got the opportunity to do that, which I think is important to our culture and the way we see things socially. And so we're going to practice on a Monday, be off on a Tuesday, go back on a Wednesday. So that may sound weird to many. That doesn't sound very different, Coach. You've got a handful of practice. We're creatures of habit in a lot of ways. And so we've got to come back tonight, and then we got to practice tomorrow and get ready for preparation for Fresno. So I say that because the reality of it is we got to go in each week, and we've got to take the opportunities given to us, and we've got to maximize those in order to be successful on a Saturday versus anybody.
What improvements on defense specifically would you like to see this week in practice?
Well, we've got to go start tonight with some core communication things. We had a little different of a challenge this week than we did 2 weeks ago, and that's going to happen each week. Each week presents its own challenges. You know, Reno's opportunity to throw the ball around a little bit more than maybe San Diego State's did was something that presented itself with our young DBs, and we're going to go back collectively as a coaching staff. We did this morning already, and say, okay, where can we help benefit ourselves the most in regards to putting them in a situation to be successful? Where can we get better at our fundamentals? And our players are going to get a chance to see themselves in live action versus some very skilled wide receivers that have some experience in a passing system that is giving them an opportunity to take shape and get better. So this week, you know, for the defense in that regard, that's one example. I think that there was improvement in the linebacker communication, the safety communication, and some of the things they did as far as dialoguing what we needed to get done and having things that lined up. But now we've got to go continue to execute on a higher level versus good opponents. It's going to be another one this week.
We wrap it up with Coach Arroyo next as the Rebels get ready for week 3, another week for the team to improve on both sides of the ball as they continue to learn and grow with their new coaching staff.
You're watching the Fox 5 RebZone Sports Show. This is the Fox 5 RebZone Sports Show.
Welcome back to the RebZone. We'll wrap it up with Coach Arroyo, who's looking for his first win with his new squad come this Saturday against Fresno State. Here's some final thoughts from Coach Arroyo as the guys head into week 3.
So this week, another home game on Saturday. Again, home or away. The game's going to be on Saturday, and you got days in between to prep. The only difference about this week is we've got voting this week on Tuesday that we'll give off to the kids so they can do that, like I said, and then we go Monday. It'll be a practice day, Tuesday practice day, Thursday, Friday prep, and then get ready for Saturday. So the only difference is a noon kickoff, and we may have a little more time to a little less time in the morning to kind of get things going and get up and go, which we like. We're a morning operation, so we're excited about getting up and getting a chance of playing a lot earlier and get some more rest, because behind that you get another, I think a two-game skid where you get to go, or a 2-game road chart we got to get on. So this week will be no different. Sounds like a broken record. It's not a coaching cliche. I think you build habits, and habits form you. So we're going to be very similar to how we've been.
Thanks so much for watching this week's RebZone. We'll see you right here next Sunday.
You're watching the Fox 5 RebZone Sports Show.